In the Epstein matter, the indictment alleged criminal activity between 2002 and 2005. In the indictment that was unsealed today against Ghislaine Maxwell, the activity that they're focusing on occurred between 1994 and 1997. Now, keep in mind that there is no statute of limitations for these charges, and charges like these can be brought at any time. It's a culmination of the investigation that began when they first indicted and arrested Epstein, and it continued. And we've heard statements from the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York that the case was not over, that they were still looking at other individuals who they believed were involved. We heard them say that after Epstein died and he was no longer being prosecuted. And then we heard it again in the context of a grand jury subpoena that was issued, and then an MLAT, Mutual Legal Assistance Treaty request that was filed with Great Britain with regard to Prince Andrew and his testimony. So their investigation was not over. There were also rumblings after Epstein had passed away that they were still looking at Maxwell. And, as the U.S. Attorney stated today and FBI, this is an ongoing investigation. They're still pursuing additional victims. And what they're doing is making sure that the victims receive their day in court and that their investigation is not simply going to end. The charges she's looking at contain, at least in one of them, a 10-year minimum sentence. And her guidelines are recommended to be somewhere between a little over 17 and a little over 21 years or so. So she's looking at a significant amount of time, both under the statutory minimums as well as the guidelines. The fact that she has U.S. and British citizenship, as well as multiple passports, as has been alleged by the government, the fact that she perjured herself during an ongoing civil proceeding in 2016 with regard to some of the same activity, and the fact that she's looking at a significant amount of time, that the victims are minors, that gravitates towards a judge holding her in pretrial detention because she's likely to disappear if they don't keep her in custody. Given the pandemic, as much as things are under control in New York, it's going to be quite some time before they're going to be able to impanel a jury to bring this case for trial. And that may be something certainly that her lawyers are going to argue about, how long she's going to have to remain in custody. And the fact of the matter is, I'm not really sure how soon you can get 12 people even close enough in a courtroom, let alone in a jury box, to consider these charges and then go into a jury room to deliberate as to whether or not the government's proven their case beyond a